Hey everybody, welcome back to Four Left Golf. It's Saturday, the 28th. Just out here playing 9 holes. Thought I'd do a vlog, video of them all for you. So I'm starting here on the first hole. This is Timberwolf GC. So I'm not sure if you can see way down there, but there's a cart path, and that's my aim point because I hit a little cut. I got some breeze into my face today. I'm just going to wait for that group ahead of me to go and swing away. I should be actually all right now, so. I pulled that over the bunkers there on the right, so that takes out any guesswork. I'm 100% laying up from there. Oh, let's go see what I gotta do. So I ended up in the bunker. We've had a fair amount of rain the last few days, so the bunkers are really tough. Well, really hard, I should say. There's a hazard about 160 yards down, so I've got a 9-iron, and I'm just going to knock it down there and hopefully make a 4 from there. Came out really fat. I got guys right beside me, so I'm talking quietly. I should have a shot at the green though, no problem. I did not advance that ball nearly as far as I wanted to, but I did end up in the short stuff. I've got 160 yards to the pin. Pin's at the front, which is good. The only thing is I've been hitting a bit of a draw for some reason with my irons. So I'm going to start it, maybe, I don't know if you can see, there's a V, set of trees with a V. Start it there and hopefully just draw it over towards the pin. There's 2 bunkers in front of this green and a hazard, but the hazard isn't really in play. So I'm going to hopefully put it on the green and give myself an opportunity for a birdie. So I hit that way fat, terrible, and I actually wound up in the first bunker. That's not a good miss. I got lucky, it didn't go in the bunker. It's right on the edge. I don't know how well you can see it. It's actually not too bad. I should be able to make an up and down here and get away with a par. This shot, just trying to land it sort of one bounce on the green and let it release back to the hole. But plan is always perfect execution, not always. I landed that one on the fringe and it took a soft bounce. So now I have a 20-footer for a par. Got to try and make it. It wasn't my best starting hole, obviously. But if I can scrape a par, I'll be very happy. So it looks like I've got some left to right break, but it looks pretty flat, so there's a good chance I can drop this one. So that's a bogey. That's what happens when you have a bad drive, a bad second shot, bad third shot, and a bad fourth shot. You don't get lucky. I'm on the second hole now, and it's straight away. It's about 397 yards, and I'm not sure if you can see the TV or the power line tower, but that's my aim point. Hopefully with a bit of draw, end up near the middle of the fairway. Pulled that one right into that first pine. Luckily it bounced out. Now I have a very long second shot into this green. I got lucky, came back out almost into the fairway, just trying to boost the stats, you know. What I'm going to do is hit a 4-iron. I'm about 200 yards out. I'm going to play it back in my stance, and I'm going to send it at the green side bunker and hopefully draw it around. I'm hoping the rough plus having it way back in my stance will help that draw and roll it up onto the green. Not good. Just kept it in the rough. I did not get it out where I wanted to start that ball. Now I've got to make a grade up and down. Compounded my issue. I didn't even get it in the fairway again. And like I said, we've had a lot of rain, so the rough is very thick, very sticky. I've got to go over the grass bunker and land it on the green. I'm about 70 yards out. So my plan is to hit sort of a 65 yard shot, and hopefully it'll release back to the hole and give me a shot at the 4. The ball's sitting up real nice for me, so it's just going to be back of my stance, try and keep it low, try and get some spin on it. If not, that's fine. Big thing here is just not to make it even worse and bring 6 into play. So I flew that about 70 yards, but it did stop pretty much right where it landed. So I do have a shot at 4. I'm actually surprised it actually spun as much as it did out of that rough, but lucky for me it was sitting up. So it stopped pretty much on a dime, which was perfect, especially out of that lie. I've got a left to right slider here. I'm probably going to aim about 6 inches outside the hole. I got about 10 feet and get out of here with a par. Well, I took 6 out of play, but that should have dropped. That was just a piss poor putt. This is the third hole, 403 yards, elevated tee. You go down a hill and then kind of back up to the green. Got traps on the right and hazard all down the left. It's just woods. I hit a 3-wood because driver, if I go left, it has danger of going into the hazard. So I hit the 3-wood. Keeps me out of that hazard on the left, and if I go right, it ends up in the bunkers, which is not good, but it could be worse. And I pulled it right. So I'm going to be looking for that one. So I had to take a drop. The rule is to go back to the tee and hit. I didn't. So this is a no score. I'm about 210 yards out, just trying to get it in the fairway in front of the green. And as you can tell, I have a really good tripod. Should be right where I want it to be. Up and down for a bogey, a no-score bogey. I got the ball where I want it. A little difficult because I got to carry that bit of rough. So for this one, I'm going to have the ball weight on the front foot, ball on the front foot, and that should get it up a little higher, get it to land a little softer. Try and get it to release just a little bit. Try and get within a 5-foot circle for a bogey. A little bit more than 5 feet. It looks like it's about 7. So I got to get up, make this bogey. It hasn't been the greatest start to a round. Pretty straight putt, just going to go right at the hole. And I pulled that slightly, which turned this into a double bogey. Not good. I think I'm 4 over after 3, so I got to start making some pars. First par 3, 156 yards right to the pin. The pin is tucked way in the back, so this one I'm going to try and hit because I hit a draw with my irons for some reason. Just going to aim for the middle of the green. Hopefully it'll draw over and get me about pin high. I got all of that one, hit it just like I wanted. I just a little too much club. I think I went over the back. I was right, a little too much club, but should be a relatively easy chip just down the hill. I'm just trying to get it within a 2-foot circle here and get away with a par. So I did not get that in my 2-foot circle. My lie was a bit buried, and apparently I'm terrible today. So hopefully I can make this 6-footer for par. Should be good just at the left edge and let her roll in. Yeah. And I pushed the hell out of it, so the bogey train continues. This is the 5th hole, 309 yards. I hit driver on this hole because there's no real trouble. I really have to spray one to get into trouble. This is also a PSA. If you're a group of 4 and there's a single behind you, let them play through. I've been waiting almost 10 minutes on this tee block watching them flub balls down the fairway to get to the green. So I'm going to try, but slow play is an absolute killer. That rolled into the fairway bunker. It's not a bad spot. It's not a great spot. So I have about 70 yards to this pin. I'm in the fairway bunker. Apparently I just grounded my club in the bunker. It's a long bunker shot. So what I'm going to do is open up the club face and just take a full swing and hope it gets there. It looks like I got the pins right in the middle, so I've sort of got room in front, behind. I just want to get it on the green. It's a short par 4. I'd really like to make birdie, but par is okay. Important that you move all the rocks around your ball. And with all the rain, this bunker is hard packed, so I've actually changed my mind. I'm just going to play it like a fairway shot out of this bunker. And again, 70 yards, just try and get it on the green and make a putt. And that was the wrong choice. I sailed the green, now I have to make an up and down. I'm in the bunker, I went bunker to bunker, so hopefully I can make par without touching grass. It's very hard packed, it's like mud. So I'm pretty much going to try and make this like a chip shot, just land it on the green, let it release down. I do have some slope and try and get a par out of this. Not like that. Or like that. But I can almost chip in for a boat. So that's a double on the easiest hole. I know me personally, it's very difficult to play good golf when I have to sit in between shots and wait and wait and wait. So it's just something I got to get better at for sure. Hopefully I do, but it's incredibly frustrating. This is a par 3, 144 yards. The tee box is up, the pin's up, so I'm going to hit a pitching wedge and just try and get off this bogey train. And that is in the hazard. So now I'm dropping. I'm in the drop zone. I got a very difficult chip. I think I'm just going to play it out to the right there, let it roll down, and hopefully make a putt. So with this shot, weight's on the front foot, ball's up inside big toe on the front foot. Again, get it up, hopefully land it a little softer. I'm going to try and keep my arms as straight as I can so that it adds more spin. All right, so it's not bad. Released a little bit more than I was hoping, but I got to make that for a 4. This is obviously not my best round. I don't know really what to say other than I'm frustrated with myself. And I'm frustrated with the foursome in front of me, not letting me play through. I'm just happy this is the 6th hole and hopefully only another hour of this torture. That's a bogey. Would have been nice to have a par there, but bogey it is. Going to keep on this bogey train. This is the 7th hole, probably the hardest hole on the course in my opinion. There's a bunker about 275 yards down. That's sort of my aim point, is on the right side of that bunker. Hopefully a little cut, bring it into the fairway. Around 150 yards. There's a nice flock of geese out there. Hopefully I don't get one, but they shouldn't be there. I'm not sure where that one ended up. I know it's not in the water. I hit it really well, so it might be in the bunker, it might be around the bunker. I'm hoping it's not in, but there's worse places to be. So this is where I ended up. So as per the rules, I got 2 club lengths, or I believe maybe it's 1 club length. If somebody knows, please comment. From my nearest point of relief. So my nearest point of relief, because I'm left-handed, will be around here. So I get a club length from that tee, which I'll grab my driver. It's my longest club, and that'll actually get me away from the trees. So now I can drop my ball around that tee, which actually gives me a pretty good view at the green. So I've got 156 yards from this point. Made my drop, which is really nice because that gets me out of any tree trouble. And I just got to make a solid swing. Get lucky. The ball was above my feet. I was expecting that to draw a bit, and it didn't. So now I'm on the downside off the green, and I have to make a good chip for an up and down. So all in all, not bad. Not much green to work with. I'm gonna, same thing, front of my stance, weight on my front foot, try and just pop it up, land it on the green, let it release. Again, just trying to make a 5-foot circle here. And I chicken shit. I'm just chicken shit. That's all I am. Too afraid to hit the ball. Now I have to make this for a 4. I would like to apologize. It's just me, my cell phone, and a tripod, so the camera might not be the best. This is just going to be your standard bump and run, back foot, try and get it in the hole. I'm going 1-foot circle here. And I'm just terrible at golf. All right, I got to make this 10-footer for a bogey. Which I missed, so now that's another double. I'm sure you guys are getting just as tired of seeing me make doubles and bogeys as I am as making them. Par 4 8. Sorry, the 8th hole is a par 4, 408 yards. The goal on this hole is just right down the right side of the fairway, hopefully with a bit of cut. Have it land inside the 150. But the way I've been playing today, I'm not really holding my breath. That one got very lucky. It's probably in the rough on the right side. It did cut back, but it wasn't a good swing. Got 156 yards. I'm in the rough. It's buried. I'm on a slight downhill lie. So I'm going to play this one in the back of my stance. It's probably going to fly. So I'm just, full swing. Try and get it on the green. Give myself an opportunity. The long grass is probably going to turn my club over. So I'm going to be aiming pretty close at the green side bunker there on the left. I'm going to be aiming at the right edge of that, and hopefully the club's going to turn it over, land me on the green. thick, heavy, didn't turn over. It's in the green side bunker. It's just one bad thing after another. So I'm in another bunker. Fantastic. I'm gonna go right at the pin on this one. It's hard packed. There's a big stone in front of it, so I'll move that. But hopefully I can get, give myself a chance at a sandy. All right, that one worked out pretty well. It looks like I got about 6 feet. Hopefully I can make a putt. Got some prints in the bunker. There's been a bear hanging around here for a while. I don't think that those are bear tracks, but could be. So I played that one really well. That's what I got left. It'd be nice if my first par today was a sandy. I'm about 5 feet. Looks pretty straight. Not today. Just not having it today. Great sand save, and the putter let me down. So the torture's almost done. This is the 9th hole. I'm only doing 9 tonight. It's par 5. There's a hazard about 150 yards in front of the green. So my line is right down the right edge of the fairway. Hopefully with a little cut, bring me into the middle. Now I've got to wait. Somebody decided to walk out into the fairway. For the record, I started at about 6:15. It's now 8:45, so this is going to be a 3-hour 9 holes. Absolutely ridiculous. Doesn't matter what time of day. A 3-hour 9 hole is absolutely ridiculous. It looks like I'm good to go now. And I pulled it to the right. So maybe instead of 4 left, I should have called this pull right golf. The only good thing about pulling it as hard as I did is I ended up on the first hole. And I actually have a pretty clear shot at the green. So I'm going to hit a 3-wood. It's not going to get there, but it'll get me sort of 60 yards in front, hopefully. And maybe make a par. So the ball's above my feet. So I'm pretty much going to have to go right down this tree line and have it turn over into the middle of the fairway. And I hit it right into the tree, and now I don't know where it is. So I'm going to go look for it. Probably ended up in the hazard. So, sometimes the hero shot works out. I got very lucky. It actually wound up pretty good layup. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. I've got about 175 yards to a back pin, so I'm going to hit a 6-iron and hopefully give myself a shot. I think I've been saying that now for 9 holes, but and I went over the green, so up and down now for a par, hopefully. So this is a very delicate chip. I'm on a downslope in the rough, landing on a downslope, so I'm going to try and hit a flop shot, so it's just face wide open, arms straight, try and get it up, land just on the fringe, have it trickle down to the hole. Came out a little sideways, but again, I've got another chance for a save. It's all in all, it's not bad, it's not good. I'd like just to honestly get out of here. There's a tournament or something, somebody just made a hole, so it's kind of loud. So that's 9 holes of absolute terrible golf, not a single par. Unfortunately, I don't blame you if you don't like that. I don't like it either. But if you'd like to see more, just subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram, 4LeftGolf. If you want to see anything, see any practice drills and any comments, anything like that, just send a message and I'll do my best for it.